Apologies for the interruption there on the connection. Something's going on here at Riverside Stadium. Fortunately for you guys, you didn't miss too much. Generals are having a tough time in this ball game, but Ian Groves just hits a shot down the left field line, and he's looking for two, but not going to get it as a nice play by the left fielder out there, Reese Duran, to cut it off. We're here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Generals are trailing this one 7-0. A 4 spot in the top of the third inning, and then a 3-run home run by Lee Thomas in the top of the fourth have got the Generals in a big hole here. Peyton Robertson and Cole Taylor were both retired to start off this bottom of the fourth inning. That Ian Groves single comes with 2 outs. As now, Reese Johnson swings at the first pitch and hits a chopper back to the pitcher, Colton Davis, who fields it cleanly and makes the flip to first in time for out number 3. As the Generals are really struggling here. So we head to the top of the fifth inning, trailing this one by a score of 7-0. Leading off the as the Generals look to get back in the basement, Zach Vuletich, a race to the bag, and he's safe if number 10, Hudson Hopkins. As the runner goes on the first pitch, and the throw from Ian Groves, as the umpire was ready to call him out. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Jack Engelman. A fastball swung on a miss for strike number 2. So he gets ahead here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Engelman steps off and calls time, as Ian Groves comes out to chat. Here. And here's the 1-2 pitch now from Engelman. Never mind, he does a pickoff move to second base. As Noah Sifrit was going nowhere. And takes one step back. And is in there safely. As we're now ready to deliver a 1-2 pitch. A fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. As Jack Engelman comes back from the infield single to strike out Hudson Hopkins for the first out of the inning. With 1 out and 1 on, the Twins will send the catcher, number 15, Jake Walsh, to the plate, who is 0 for 1 tonight, has walked and scored a run, as well as struck out in his 2 plate appearances. The first pitch he sees is a fastball, swung on and missed for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Engelman, a fastball that runs away for ball number 1, as the count evens up here, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Another fastball. This one's fouled back for strike number 2. As Engelman gets ahead in the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A fastball that misses up and in. As Jake Walsh has worked the count back to even here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed for strike number 3. As Jake Walsh goes down for the second time tonight. And there are now 2 outs here in the top of the 5th for the 9-hole hitter, number 2, Blake Shannon. Shannon is 0 for 1 on the night, has also walked and struck out in his 2 plate appearances. As Engelman will look to get out of this inning without giving up a run, as his first pitch is a fastball that stays upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 the count. A deceptive arm motion from Jack Engelman to right-handed pitchers, as he really is a submarine kind of pitcher. Way down there, a 3/4 arm slot. Big thing with him is control as he delivers a 1-0 pitch, a fastball that's fouled back for strike number 1. 1-1 the count. It's very tough for those sidearm pitchers to maintain control of their fastballs and sinkers. If Jack can keep control of both of those pitches, he's going to have a lot of success moving forward. As he's ready here to deliver a 1-1 pitch. Fastball blooped into right. No, that's going to be caught by Zach Vuletich on the infield for out number 3. And the Generals finally put up a 0 as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, trailing this one by a score of 7-0. Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Generals is number 16, Zach Vuletich. He faces Colton Davis here, and the first pitch from Davis is a fastball in there for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. Zach is 0 for 1 on the night with a ground out to second base in his only at-bat. As the 0-1 pitch to him is a slider that he fouls over the Generals' dugout. Almost a nice catch there on the third base deck. Unable to make the play was that fan, as he loses the foul ball as well. No balls and 2 strikes now the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A fastball grounded to the third baseman, Ryan Rando, who gets it on the backhand. A long throw across is... What is going on here? Did the umpire make a call? I thought the home plate umpire might have called a foul ball there, and I believe he did. Foul ball, but a very innocuous foul ball signal from the home plate umpire. As the count remains no balls and 2 strikes, as it looked like Zach Vuletich had beaten that ground ball out. Regardless, he will step back into the box here, down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Tough break there for the Generals, as they're just really looking for anything here, down 7-0 in this ball game. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A slider popped up to right field. Hudson Hopkins charging in, but it's going to be the second base. Shea Gutierrez that calls him off as they send their leadoff man back up there. Number 44, Tanner Roach. The first pitch here to Tanner Roach is a slider in there for strike number 1. Tanner Roach is 0 for 1 with a ground out on a walk in his 2 plate appearances so far tonight, as he's behind in the count 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch is a fastball that he swings through for strike number 2. And he's quickly behind here, no balls and 2 strikes. Really solid performance thus far from Colton Davis, as he gave up 3 hits early in this one. He's only given up 1 since. As his 0-2 pitch to Tanner Roach is a slider that misses just down for ball number 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. The 1-2 pitch is a slider swung on and missed for strike number 3. As the Generals are quickly down to 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th for number 12, Jonathan Tapia. Tapia is also 0 for 2 in this one, has lined out to left field and struck out in his 2 at-bats, as Colton Davis, after the first 2 innings, has really held this General lineup in check, only allowing 1 hit in the 3rd, 4th, and now the 5th inning. So we'll see what he can do here to Jonathan Tapia. As the first pitch to Tapia is a fastball that misses down for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 pitch is a slider in there for strike number 1, as Colton Davis evens up the count here, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is another slider. This one misses up and in for ball number 2, as Tapia gets ahead here. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch, another fastball. This one fouled down the right field line. Lee Smith gives chase, and that one's going to reach the stands. As the count evens up here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Slider grounded through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. as the Generals now have 5 hits in the ball game and are currently out-hitting the Twins despite being down 7-0. You don't see that too often. Down by 7 runs and out-hitting the other team. As Jonathan Tapia gets on base here with 2 outs for the left fielder, number 8, Kobe Potvin, who is 1 for 1 tonight, has yet to be retired by the Twins as he singled and walked in his 2 at-bats. And we'll see what Colton Davis gives him here as he shows bunt and bunts it way back foul. Would have been right in my hands had there not been a net here, as the count now moves to no balls and 1 strike. As a pick to first, and Jonathan Tapia dives back in safely. 0-1 here to Kobe Potvin as he looks to get the Generals on the board as they've been blanked so far by the Twins in what's been a surprising game thus far. The 0-1 pitch now is a fastball that misses up and away for ball 1. As Potvin's got the count back to even here, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. As Jonathan Tapia fakes a steal to second, slams on the brakes, and that pitch missed up and away for ball 2. As Kobe's ahead in the count here, 2 balls and 1 strike. The pick to first is not in time as Tapia slides back in safely. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Another fastball. This one fouled straight back. As Colton Davis doing a nice job here of staying in the zone as he evens the count back up here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Ripped into left field, but that's going to be right at the left fielder, Reese Duran, who catches it for out number 3. Generals still have yet to put a run across as we head to the top of the 6th, trailing this one by a score of 7-0. On to pitch now for the Generals in the top of the 6th inning is number 54, Jake Zatopek. As he faced the top of the order here as Reese Duran steps up. The first pitch from Jake is a fastball that misses up and away for ball 1, 1-0 the count. So far this summer, Jake has thrown 14 and a third innings, tallying a 6.9 ERA with 16 strikeouts and 10 walks. As he's behind in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes after that fastball misses down and in. Last thing the Generals need here is more base on balls. As mentioned, the Twins only have 3 hits tonight. It's been all about the errors, the hit by pitches, and the walks, as Zatopek throws that one in there for strike number 1. The Twins have had a timely hit or 2, but getting on base has been simply just watching pitches. As the 2-1 pitch now from Zatopek is a fastball that misses up for ball 3, 3-1 the count. And I will say that has something to do with the umpire's tight zone. He refuses to go above the belt or the corner. Tough for the pitcher so far. Now the 3-1 pitch is another fastball swung on and missed for strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes a count. And here's the full count pitch. Fastball swung on and missed for strike number 3 as Jake Zatopek comes back to retire Reese Duran for the first out of the 6th inning. With 1 out, that'll send the second baseman, number 3, Shea Gutierrez, to the plate, who is 1 for 3 tonight, has singled in this ball game. He's 1 for 2 tonight, has singled in this ball game, walked, and struck out in his 3 plate appearances. The first pitch to Gutierrez is a fastball that misses up and in for ball 1. 1-0 the count.
We have 6 walks, and 90% sure it's 3 hit by pitches.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. A fastball in there for strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Just to give you an example of what I mean, the Generals so far have 6 walks and we're in the 6th inning. Have also hit 3 batters. That's never a recipe for a win. As the 2-1 pitch is a fastball that just misses down and in. 2 balls and a strike now the count. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball in there for strike number 2 on the outside corner. Good frame job back there by Ian Groves as the count evens up here 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it's only been 2 big innings so far for the Twins. Zeros in the rest of them. They've scored 4 in the 3rd and 3 in the 4th. As Jake Zatopek's 2-2 pitch is a slider that misses in the dirt for ball 3. And the count runs full here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball fouled straight back as Gutierrez stays alive and the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You're in a foul situation, Goldberg Law.
And the full count pitch is a fastball that hits him on the elbow. And he's going to trot down the first base. Looked like he kind of stuck his elbow into that one. Make that 4 hit by pitches now for the Generals, as they've now tallied 6 walks and 4 hit by pitches, as number 18 Ryan Randall steps up to the plate with the runner on first and 1 out. Twins still with just 3 hits on the night. Randall is 0 for 1 tonight as sacrificed, bunted, and walked, as well as struck out as the first pitch he sees is a fastball that misses up for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A fastball swung on and missed for strike 1. So the count evens up here, 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Another fastball in there on the outside corner for strike number 2 as Zatopek gets ahead here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. A fastball taken. Strike number 3 on the outside corner. A delayed call by the home plate umpire. And Ryan Randall can't believe it as he goes down looking for the second out of the 6th inning. With 2 outs, the Twins will send number 22 Lee Thomas to the plate, who, as you know, in his last at-bat hit a 3-run shot off the scoreboard that I, for some reason, said was a bloop shot to left field. Well, that ball was actually crushed and it hit the middle of the scoreboard, so hopefully he doesn't do that again here. As Zatopek delivers the first pitch to him, a fastball that misses up and in for ball 1. 1-0 the count. And the 1-0 pitch is a fastball that misses down for ball 2. As Lee Thomas wanted that one but held up as the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch, another fastball that misses up and in for ball 3. So he's way ahead in the count here, 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the 3-0 pitch. A fastball skips up there for ball 4 as Lee Thomas works a 4-pitch walk. And Jake Zatopek's got himself in some trouble here. 2 on and 2 out for the designated hitter, number 16, Christian Boulware, who is 0 for 2 in this ball game with a backwards K, a hit by pitch, and a fly out to right field. Quick meeting here as Ian Groves heads out to the mound to discuss signs with Jake Zatopek, and it looks like we're ready to go here. And here's the first pitch to Boulware, a fastball that stays up for ball 1. 1-0 the count. And that's been the spot where Zatopek's missing the most so far is up and in, or just up in the zone in general. So look to correct that here with a 1-0 count to Christian Boulware. And the 1-0 pitch is ripped to the second shortstop, Peyton Robertson, who dives and makes a nice play and flips to the second baseman covering. What a play there by Peyton Robertson to save a run, as the Generals put up another 0, and we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning, trailing this one 7-0. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Generals is number 52, Ryan Flores. As the first pitch he sees is a fastball in there for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. Ryan is 1 for 2 tonight, doubled back in the first inning, and is also struck out. He is still facing Colton Davis, who's working on a shutout right now. The 0-1 pitch from Davis is a fastball that misses down for ball 1, and the count evens up here to 1 ball and 1 strike. Generals got to start chipping away. Already in the bottom of the 6th inning, down to their last 12 outs. So the 1-1 pitch is a slider, grounded, foul down the right side, and Lee Smith steals that one from Jake over there. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2 pitch to Flores. Changeup, this one fouled down the left field line, and that's going to get out of play. As he stays alive here, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch is a fastball, blew it by him, strike 3. As Colton Davis sits down Ryan Flores on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. And quickly now 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As number 7, Peyton Robertson, steps to the plate, who has flown out to right field and flown out to left field in his 2 at-bats so far tonight. And here's the first pitch to Robertson, a slider in there for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. Got a tip your cap thus far to Colton Davis, who has just commanded the strike zone with 2 pitches tonight, and it's really kept the Generals off track. And the 0-1 pitch. It's another slider in there for strike number 2 as he's quickly ahead of Peyton Robertson here. No balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch is a slider taken for ball 1. Blocked up nicely back there by Jake Walsh, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball up and in. Buzzed the tower there as the count evens up here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. A slider ripped down the left field line, but that's going to get foul. As Peyton Robertson stays alive. And the count still remains here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's another 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses way up and away for ball 3. As Peyton Robertson has gone from down 0-2 to working this count full. As the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the payoff pitch. Fastball taken, ball 4. Misses just up and in. As Peyton Robertson draws a 1-out walk, and that'll send number 13, Cole Taylor, to the plate, who is 1 for 2 tonight, with a single and a fly out to the second baseman, as the Generals look to get something going here. Good speed on first base, as Peyton Robertson has a good speed. And is always a threat to steal second base. We'll see if they test it here, down by 7 runs, though. The first pitch here to Taylor is a fastball. Just missed it, fouled it straight back for strike number 1 as he falls behind in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Big lead over there at first base for Peyton Robertson, as Colton Davis is ready to deliver an 0-1 pitch as Peyton Robertson takes off for second base. The throw from Walsh is not in time as Robertson steals that one easily. That pitch missed up and away for ball one, so Cole Taylor is back to even, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Another fastball. This one misses up and away again as he's worked himself back ahead in the count here. 2 balls and 1 strike. Time is called by the catcher, as we reset here, and Colton Davis is back ready to go as he comes set, ready to deliver a 2-1 pitch. Couple looks over there at Peyton Robertson, and the 2-1 pitch is a fastball that misses down for ball 3. He's fallen behind here, 3 balls and 1 strike. The first sign of command issues so far tonight for Colton Davis, as he walked Peyton Robertson with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th and is in danger of walking Cole Taylor on back-to-back hitters. As the 3-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. As Cole Taylor swung through that one, and the count fills up here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's now the 3-2 pitch. A fastball swung on and missed. Blew it by Cole Taylor right there, as Colton Davis racks up another strikeout. And he will now face the catcher, number 5, Ian Groves, with 2 outs and 1 on. Groves is 1 for 2 tonight, has grounded into a double play and singled in his 2 at-bats, as he'll look to drive in the Generals' first run. First pitch he sees is a slider that's taken for strike number 1. 0-1 the count, as Colton Davis has just thrown his 100th pitch of the ball game. I'm assuming this will be his last inning of work for the Twins, as he steps off with Peyton Robertson getting a huge lead out there at second base. Twins bullpen is active. There's a lefties out there in the bullpen right now. Time is called at the plate by Ian Groves, as we'll reset it here, as Groves is down in the count, no balls and 1 strike. And the 0-1 pitch, a slider taken just off the inside corner for ball number 1, as this count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Fastball popped up. Room for Jake Walsh, who doesn't see it. He heads over to the Generals' dugout. He never saw that one. And a break there for Ian Groves, as Jake Walsh was unable to pick that ball up in the lights, as Colton Davis was trying to point at it to no avail, as this count now moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. A break here for Ian Groves, as he's ready to see a 1-2 pitch here. Peyton Robertson takes off for third, and Groves swings through a 1-2 slider for out number 3. Generals still not on the scoreboard as we head to the top of the 7th inning, trailing this one 7-0. Now on to pitch the top of the 7th inning for the Generals is number 49, Damon LaFond, who has thrown 21 and 2/3 innings, giving up 17 earned runs, 23 walks to 15 strikeouts, and a 7 ERA. So he faces Noah Sifford here, his first batter. The first pitch he throws is swung on and missed for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. As Sifford is he's 1 for 1 in this ball game with a walk and a single. So the 0-1 pitch to him is a fastball that misses away for ball 1. So this count evens up here, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Sifford, a fastball that misses down for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now the count. And here's now the 2-1 pitch to Noah Sifford, as LaFond misses up for ball 3. And that's been the struggle so far this summer for DeMond, as he has 23 walks to only 15 strikeouts in almost 22 innings. The 3-1 pitch is a fastball popped foul, as this count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Over a walk an inning for DeMond this summer, as he's looking to improve on those numbers here. And here's the payoff pitch. Fastball misses down for ball 4. And DeMond leads off the top of the 7th inning with a walk to Noah Sifford, as number 10 Hudson Hopkins steps up to the plate. Hudson is 0 for 2 tonight, has struck out twice and walked in his 3 plate appearances. First pitch here to Hopkins is a fastball that misses down for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball ground to the third baseman, Reese Johnson. The throw to second. Back to first in time. A double play. A 5-4-3 double play, as they're now quickly 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning. Now batting for the Twins is number 16, the catcher, Jake Walsh, who is also 0 for 2 in this ballgame with a walk and 2 strikeouts, as he looks to avoid the hat trick here, as DeMond quickly comes set to deliver. The first pitch of the at-bat, a fastball swung on and missed for strike 1. 0-1 the count. And the 0-1 pitch to Walsh is another fastball, check swing. DeMond fields it, has plenty of time, and he's just going to tag Walsh out. Running up the line, and a quick top of the 7th inning for Damon LaFond as we head to the 7th inning stretch, trailing this one 7-0. On to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning for the Twins is number 17, Michael McElmeal. Michael replaces Colton Davis, who had a strong showing for the Twins, going 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, walking 3, striking out 6, and gave up 0 earned runs, the big key there. Michael McElmeal will look to keep this shutout going for the Twins as he pitches the bottom of the 7th inning. Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Generals is number 6, Reese Johnson. So the first pitch from McElmeal is a slider that somehow didn't hit Reese Johnson there. Went right in between his bat and his helmet. He didn't even flinch for ball 1. 1-0 the count. As Reese is 0 for 2 tonight with 2 ground outs. He's looking to improve on that line here. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball that misses down and in for ball 2 as he's ahead in the count here. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. A fastball in there for strike number 1. 2-1 now the count to Reese Johnson. And the 2-1 pitch. Another fastball. This one fouled back for strike number 2 as McElmeal has got the count back to even here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now the 2-2 pitch. A fastball that skips up there for ball 3. This count's run full of 3 balls and 2 strikes now to the Generals' leadoff man here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And here's the 3-2 pitch. A fastball skips up there, ball 4. As Reese Johnson works a leadoff walk here to start the 7th inning. As number 16, Zach Vuletich will step to the plate, who is also 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out and a fly out. As he'll look to get something going here for the Generals, trailing 7-0. As the first pitch to Vuletich is a fastball in there for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. Picked to first. Reese Johnson got caught leaning, and they got him in a run down here as Lee Thomas chases him down and tags him as Reese Johnson is picked off at first base, and that just can't happen. Down 7 runs. Can't be getting picked off, as that's the first out of the Generals' 7th inning. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Vuletich. A fastball taken downstairs for ball 1. So he evens the count back up here. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Another fastball. This one fouled down the right field line. And that's going to reach the stands for strike number 2. As Vuletich is behind in the count here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball fouled back as he stays alive, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's another 1-2 pitch. A fastball ripped into right field. That is going to be right at the right fielder, Hudson Hopkins, who takes about 2 steps to his left to squeeze it for out number 2. As there's now quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. For the leadoff man, number 44, Tanner Roach. Tanner's 0 for 2 in this ball game with a ground out, a strikeout, and a walk. So look to get a 2-out rally going here. It's the first pitch from McElmeal is a fastball. Skips up there for ball number 1. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch now to Roach is a fastball in there for strike number 1. 1-1 now the count. And the 1-1 pitch. Slider ripped down the left field line, but that's going to get foul for strike number 2. As Tanner Roach falls behind in the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. As Tanner Roach stays alive here. And the count still remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's another 1-2 pitch. Slider chopped foul. As Tanner's not going down without a fight here, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Slider taken upstairs for ball number 2 as this counts back to even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball fouled back. As Tanner stays alive again. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. As the Generals go quietly here in the bottom of the 7th inning, we head to the top of the 8th, still trailing this one 7-0. On to pitch the top of the 8th inning for the Generals is number 41, Brent Hebert. He will face the 9-1-2 hitters for the Twins as Blake Shannon steps into the box. Blake is 0 for 2 tonight, has walked, struck out, and flown out in his 3 plate appearances. First pitch to him is a fastball, swung on a miss for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch here from Hebert is a fastball taken downstairs for ball number 1 as the count evens up here, 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball jammed him. That's going to get into the beer deck, and a nice catch by a fan right there. Good play, sir, as the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses off the plate as the count now moves even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Slider taken. Wow, how's that not a strike? Must have missed up for ball 3 as the count runs full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch. Fastball misses down for ball 4 as the Generals walk yet another Twins hitter to lead off the top of the 8th inning. As the leadoff man, number 5, Reese Duran, steps to the plate. Reese is 0 for 4 in tonight's ball game. He's grounded out, reached on an error, and struck out twice in his 4 plate appearances. As the first pitch here is a fastball swung on a miss for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch, another fastball, this one fouled down the left field line for strike number 2. As Hebert gets ahead in the count here, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch, a fastball that runs up for ball 1. The count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch now is a fastball swung on a miss for strike number 3 as Hebert strikes out his first man of the night. There's now 1 away in the top of the 8th inning. For the second baseman, number 3, Shea Gutierrez, who is 1 for 2 in tonight's ball game. He's singled, walked, been hit by a pitch, and grounded out to third in his 4 at-bats so far. The first pitch he sees is a fastball in there for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball grounded sharply down the first baseline and hits off the bag and past Ryan Flores, and that's going to be trouble. Blake Shannon rounding third. He's going to be held up there as Jonathan Tapia does a nice job of getting that ball in. It's going to be a stand-up double for Shea Gutierrez as the Twins are threatening yet again here in the top of the 8th inning. as they'll send number 18 Ryan Randall up to the plate.
Third baseman number 18, Ryan Randall.
Ryan's 0 for 2 in tonight's ball game, has struck out twice, laid down a sacrifice bunt and walked in his 4 at-bats. As Bears going back to the windup now, and the first pitch to Ryan Randall is a fastball fouled back for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. And somehow the Generals are still out hitting the Twins tonight. 5 hits to 4. Trailing this one 7-0. As the 0-1 pitch now to Randall. It's a changeup swung on a miss for strike number 2. As Bears quickly ahead here, no balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch. Changeup again. This one misses off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. The 1-2 pitch. Another fastball. This one swung on and missed for strike number 3. As Ryan Randall goes down on strikes for the 3rd time in this ball game. And that'll send up the first baseman, number 22, Lee Thomas, who is 1 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Has been hit by a pitch, walked, grounded out, and hit a 3-run home run to left field, which was the last bit of offense the Twins have managed in this ball game back in the top of the 4th inning. As the first pitch from Bears, a fastball that misses up and in for ball 1. 1-0 the count. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball ripped to the first, right at the first baseman, Ryan Flores, and Lee Thomas can't believe it. Smoked that one, but Brent Bear wiggles his way out of damage here as we head to the bottom of the 8th, still trailing this one 7-0. Leading off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Generals is number 12, Jonathan Tapia, who is 1 for 3 in this ball game so far. He's lined out, struck out, and singled in his 3 at-bats so far. He'll face Michael McElmeal, who is back out for his 2nd inning of work here. Generals down to their last 6 outs. The first pitch to Jonathan is a slider taken for ball number 1. 1-0 the count. And the 1-0 pitch is a fastball in there for strike number 1 as the count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Another slider. This one misses up for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now the count. The 2-1 pitch. A fastball swung on a miss for strike number 2. As McElmeal's got himself back in the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball skips up there. Knocks Jake Walsh on his backside for ball number 3, and this count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball ripped and flared to right field. Lee Smith with a nice play. Holy cow, what a play. Lee Smith ranges into foul territory. Lee Thomas ranges into foul territory, makes a diving play to save a possible hit for Jonathan Tapia, as that's the first out of the bottom of the 8th inning. As now number 8, Kobe Potvin, will step to the plate with 1 down in the 8th inning. Kobe's 1 for 2 tonight, has singled, walked, and flown out to left field. So the first pitch he sees is a slider in there for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. Another slider. This one skips up there for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball blooped into center field. Going to be a tough play for the shortstop, Blake Shannon, who gets there in time to make the play. A couple nice plays here for the Twins infield, as it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter as number 17, E.J. Taylor, is going to step into the box here for Ryan Flores. Two down here in the bottom of the 8th inning as the first pitch to E.J. Taylor is a fastball that misses down for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0 pitch to E.J. A slider taken downstairs for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to count. And the 2-0 pitch. A fastball in there for strike number 1. As McElmeal gets back in the count here. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball taken just a bit upstairs. As E.J. Taylor's ahead in the count here, 3 balls and 1 strike. And here's the 3-1 pitch. A fastball grounded right back to the pitcher as McElmeal stabs that one. Flips it on to first for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the top of the 9th. Twins still leading this one 7-0.
And we are back as the first pitch to Christian Boulware is a slider taken on the inside corner for ball 1. Christian Boulware on the night is 0 for 3. Reach base by a hit by pitch and off fielder's choice. And then also struck out looking in the first inning. And the pitch from Abear. Slider grounded over to the third base side. Foul. As the Generals have not given up a lot of hits this game, but are still down 7-0. As walks and hit by pitches have been the story. As that ball is driven deep left center field, and that's going to get off the wall. That's going to be extra bases for Boulware for sure. As he comes in standing up to second base. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, number 8, Noah Sifrit. Noah on the day is 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a single. He also grounded out in his first plate appearance. As Christian Boulware led off the inning with a stand-up double off the wall. As Haybear looks in and comes set and delivers the 0 pitch. Fastball taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Generals looking to get out of this inning and then hopefully score 7 to 8 runs to keep this ball game alive. As that pitch misses outside, count goes to 1-1. rough game for the Generals pitching staff. Have emitted 9 walks total as that ball misses in the dirt. Grove's able to keep that in front of him. Count goes to 2-1. Siffers gets ready for the 2-1 pitch. Is definitely sitting dead red right here. And the pitch. Fastball misses downstairs. Count goes 3-1. As Abear looks in and gets his sign from Groves. Comes set and delivers the 3-1. Fastball taken upstairs for the 10th walk of the game for the Victoria Generals.
Right fielder number 10, Hudson Hopkins.
Unfortunately for the Generals, that has been the story of the game. As that brings up Hunter Hopkins. Hunter on the day is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, grounded into a double play, and also reached base on a walk as the first pitch is in there for strike 1. As Heber comes set and delivers the 0-1. Slider taken for strike 2. Count goes to 0-2. First batter of the inning for Heber that he's gotten ahead of. Let's hope he can get him out of here. As Heber comes sets and delivers the 0-2. Fastball taken on the outside corner for ball 1. Count goes to 1-2. As Christian Bulware and Noah Sifrif lead off from second and first base respectively. And the 1-2 pitch ripped into left field. That's going to get down. That's going to score a run. As the throw from Potvin is not in time. It's Potvin, right? Yeah. Potvin let that ball go, but it was just off as the Twins score their 8th run of the game on their 6th hit. As that brings up the catcher, number 15, Jake Walsh. Walsh on the day is 0 for 3 with a walk in his first at-bat and has been set down twice and grounded out to the pitcher. As the first pitch is checked, swung on for strike 1. No outs here in the top of the 9th inning. As Heber gets ready for the 0-1 pitch, I'm sorry. And the pitch from Heber. Swung on for strike 2. Another 0-2 count for Heber as the last time it amounted to a RBI single from Hunter Hopkins. As that is swung on, chased out of the zone on a fastball for strike 1, and he is not happy. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, number 2, Blake Shannon. Blake Shannon on the day is 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a strikeout to his stat line. As the Generals were able to get the first out of the inning right there. As Heber comes sets and delivers. Fastball swung on for strike 1. Heber gets a sign from Groves as he shakes him off a couple times. Comes sets. Checks the runner over there at second base and delivers the 0-1. As that pitch is swung on for strike 2. 0-2 goes the count. That's Heber's 3rd batter in a row that he's been able to go 0-2 on. As Heber gets a sign from Groves, shakes him off a couple times, and he comes sets and delivers the 0-2. Swung on for strike 3. as that's going to bring up the leadoff hitter for the Twins, Reese Duran. Reese has reached base once on an error, and he is 0 for 5 on the day and has struck out in his last 3 at-bats. Here's hoping we give him the golden sombrero. As that ball is flicked over to left field, that's going to get out of play for strike one. 0-1 goes the count. As we are getting ready to resume play. As Abear looks in and comes sets. And delivers the 1 pitch, and that's a ground ball, weak ground ball over to first base. E.J. Taylor fields it cleanly and delivers the nice soft toss to retire the side. The Generals go to the bottom of the 9th inning, looking to score some runs here, get on the board. As we'll be right back.
On to pitch the bottom of the 9th inning for the Twins. Number 24, Brandon Morse. He'll look to get the final 3 outs in this one as the Generals trail big here, 8-0. Peyton Robertson will lead off here in the bottom of the 9th. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 flyouts. As the Generals look to complete a miracle here as Peyton Robertson takes down for ball 1. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. Another fastball. This one in there for strike number 1. So count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Another fastball. This one in there for strike number 2. As Peyton Robertson falls behind here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball, check swing, did he go? I guess he didn't go. No appeal from the home plate umpire. And a nice block back there by Jake Walsh as the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes now on the General shortstop. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Another slider, this one way away for ball 3. As Robertson's run the count full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Time called by Jake Walsh as he's going to trot out to talk to Brandon Morse. Confused here what they could possibly be talking about. Up in this game 8-0. I figure that the game plan is throw strikes and throw a lot of them. We'll see if that talk gets them what they're looking for here as Brandon Morse is ready to deliver a full count pitch. Slider swung on and missed, strike 3 as Peyton Robertson goes down swinging for the first out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. That'll send up the pitcher, number 41, Brent Hebert, who has yet to record an at-bat so far this summer. So we'll see how he looks at the plate right now. As the first pitch he sees from Morse is a fastball in there for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing, yes he did. Strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes now the count. As Hebert had to call time there. Couldn't believe that check swing was called strike number 2, as it's clear this home plate umpire wants to get out of town. The 0-2 pitch is a slider blocked up for ball number 1. The count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Slider taken just off the plate for ball 2. As the count evens back up here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball that misses away, and Brandon Morse has another full count here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the 3-2 pitch is a slider chopped to the third base side, and Ryan Randall's going to snag that one in foul territory as Hebert stays alive here, and the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the full count pitch. Another fastball. This one fouled straight back. That's a good battle here. So the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now the 3-2 pitch. Fastball taken downstairs for ball 4 as Brent Hebert draws a walk in his first at-bat of the summer. And that'll send at number 5 the catcher Ian Groves to the plate with 1 down and 1 on. Groves is 1 for 3 tonight, has grounded into a double play, singled, and struck out in his 3 at-bats. Time called at the plate. And the first pitch to Groves is a slider that misses away for ball 1. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. Slider swung on a miss for strike number 1 as Ian Groves was way out in front of that one. And the count now moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch here to Groves is another slider swung on a miss for strike number 2. As Brandon Morris has gotten ahead in the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Slider swung on a miss for strike number 3. As Groves chased 3 sliders, came up empty, and the Generals are down to their final out.
Third baseman number 6, Reese Johnson.
With 2 outs now in the bottom of the 9th, Generals call on number 6, Reese Johnson, who's 0 for 2 tonight, has grounded out twice and walked in his 3 at-bats. Brandon Morse looks to put the nail in the coffin here. So he delivers the first pitch to Reese Johnson, a fastball that misses down for ball 1. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on, popped foul, and that's going to get out of play for strike number 1 as the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike number 2 as the Generals are now down to their last strike as Reese Johnson's behind in the count here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch as Abair takes off for second is ripped into left field. Should be plenty of room out there for Durand. And he squeezes it for out number 3. A tough night on the diamond for the Generals as they fall in this one 8-0 to the Texarkana Twins. The Generals will be off this weekend and won't be back in action until Tuesday night when they host the division-leading Brazos Valley Bombers in the first of a 2-game series. We hope to see you all there on Tuesday night. And until then, don't forget, go Generals!